Representative Burnham makes a good point. Our vote is our voice. We must continue to vote. We are blessed to have with us today so many wonderful candidates for local office, for our school boards, for our city council, for mayor. Make sure you get out and visit. All of the folks that are running for local office are nonpartisan, but elections do matter. They have consequences. We need to elect candidates that work and make education a priority, working with our local school districts, whether they're the city council or themselves school board trustees. Our next speaker is Bobby J. Rigues. He's Vice President of the Lido ISD Board of Trustees, and he's a founder of a great group called Make Education a Priority. Let's welcome Mr. Bobby J. Rigues.
I need your help. There are two acknowledgments that we together need to recognize, each one with a sincere applause. So the first, by occupation, by the most noble profession, if you are a school teacher, administrator, a nurse, a bus driver, a school aide, a school employer trustee, here today with us in the world of educating Texas children, respectfully, we wish to recognize you. If you would, with a sense of pride, raise your hand and keep your hand raised. Ladies and gentlemen, let us acknowledge their precious role, educators of our children, with an applause of celebration, our Texas teachers. Second, to our honorable legislators, our representatives, to those we say, you are not alone. We are all in this together. Your leadership is respected. Together we can, ladies and gentlemen, please, to those that do help us, join me in extending an applause of appreciation. About a year ago in Lido, we recognized that, well, the rising waters around us from 2006 were not about to recede anytime soon. And like other school districts in Texas, the difficult issues of school finance were becoming realities. So in an effort to be heard, we attempted something never attempted before. Among school districts, we reached out and asked other school districts by adopting a resolution to join us. And then we waited. And then one day, the first to reply, Denison ISD, right up north from us. And then immediately thereafter came Silsby ISD near the coast. And then Granbury ISD, right down the road from us. And then Goose Creek Consolidated ISD, and I had no idea where they were from. Had to look them up. Outside of Houston. One by one, we came together because we were all saying the same thing. Today, under the truest definition of grassroots, and you know that definition, 600 school districts and growing daily have come together by priority resolution to create one voice with one sincere message defined at its core, to find education as the highest priority. Despite our differences as districts, think about it, independent school districts, differences in size, makeup, differences in location, financial stability, we found a common ground, a common cause, and we stepped forward together. If it has taught us anything, it has taught us this, that the opportunity should be viewed as a responsibility to look outside our districts, to come together for a cause that is greater than any one of us individually, to truly understand that a prosperous society is dependent upon an educated public. Today we have started something, a movement unprecedented. School districts across Texas have drawn battle lines, creating public awareness in unique ways. We had a press conference on January 31st. 8,000 letters were delivered that day at the Capitol. That's not the impressive part. The impressive part is that 8,000 letters represent the thousands upon thousands, 10 times over letters, phone calls, and emails that people like you have sent in and will continue to send in. Examples real quick. Clyde ISD, outside of Abilene, created a website by children. The kids created this, explaining the difficult issues of school finance. My favorite, Comstock ISD, outside of San Antonio near the border, calling, saying, we want to do our part. We want to send you letters. Bring them on, we told them. I opened the packet. 98 letters. Awesome when you realize that there's less than 2,000 in their school district. Phenomenal job. And PTA groups and others alike, like Minutemen, coming together, doing their phone calls. Hey, talk about uniting Carroll, Grapevine, Colleyville, Keller ISD, right here in your own backyard with their successful public awareness campaigns called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, a forum or a taxpayer's guide to school finance. And how about Van Zant and Rains County? I'd have to look those up, but I know there's 8 school districts that got together there to create public awareness to get people like you together to protect the pursuit of quality education.
All right!
And like the cavalry coming in, it wasn't too long before Houston and Dallas and Fort Worth ISD joined the likes of El Paso and Katy and other large schools to protect the grassroots effort. And the most interesting thing is that all this took place without each one knowing they were doing this. A beautiful picture of unity painted brushstroke by school district. I can't tell you how many phone calls I have received, but I can tell you the ones I'll never forget. Like that school in the Panhandle who called saying, "I'm almost apologetic, we can't help you much. But if you go to Austin, do me a big favor and tell them we're a small district in the middle of nowhere and we need help." But there are those good phone calls. The one we received last week, great news about an event that took place 2 nights ago. 12 school districts right here in Athens, Texas, filled up the Athens football team. People like you coming out to protect the pursuit of quality education. Parents crossing county lines, all for the sake of protecting education. You know, in closing, you are the owners of your individual school districts. We share the responsibility to protect the future's prosperity, education, the education of our children. We need your help. We urge our legislators not to balance the state's deficit on the backs of our children. Our children did not create this $27 billion hole. Legislation did. The issues of school finance and education should not be partisan issues. Our children do not wear political labels to learn or to work or to solve problems in the classroom. As representatives, that is, as Republicans and Democrats with the capital B in their classroom, let us learn from our children. Let us work together. Together we can do this. Let us support our legislators that have the courage to step out, to lead where others cannot, to protect the pursuit of quality education by finding education as the highest priority. Together we can, together we will, together we must. Thank you very much.
All right.